Welcome to the close of 2023. I am Michael Morris. I am the CEO and co-founder of Torc, the Nearshore Talent Network. As we look into 2024, there is a shift in the technology staffing market that is happening. It's been happening for several years, and that shift is really bringing Latin America technology talent to the forefront. We think that in the next 12 months, it's going to be the mecca for accessing technology talent for US-based companies. That's going to be defined by three easy points, right? First is the demand from US-based companies to hire nearshore talent in LATAM. The second thing, closely related, is the supply side. The supply in Latin America, the technology talent that's coming out of Latin America is phenomenal. It's been growing for probably the last decade, has been on a high growth trajectory, and we're now seeing the benefits of that growth. So we have two things. We have a vibrant marketplace because the demand side is growing and the supply side is growing. So that leads to an exciting evolution. And where is that evolution happening? It's happening with talent networks. So if you think about it, these talent networks are not your traditional recruiting or outsourcing firms. These talent networks are built on top of intelligent digital AI-infused platforms. They use community models to be able to access talent, engage talent, and aggregate those skill sets. They're much more efficient than the traditional models. The last thing that we really see that is fueling this trend is that the chief technology officers and the CHROs are coming together on this new strategy. People have realized there isn't a talent shortage. There is a need to change the way you've been looking at your talent acquisition strategy. It's not about finding an outsourcing partner. It's not about going to a traditional staffing model that's going to bring people within 60 minutes of my office place. It is about finding the best skill sets, regardless of where they are sitting, as long as their time zones align with mine, so we can have our daily stand-ups. We can be talking on Slack throughout the day. And they're comfortable working in a remote environment, which most of us are these days. That's the reality. Remote is here to stay, and it's not going away. The final thing that really you're seeing is that these companies are starting to realize that if they do use these talent networks, these AI-infused digital platforms, the speed and the efficiency is paying dividends back to them. It's allowing them to get their products created faster, out the door faster. It's definitely helping them grow their capabilities without having to delay, without having to sacrifice time. And that's huge. So 2024, we think, is going to be an explosion of US-based companies using technology resources from Latin America.
Hey everybody, this is Mike Nelson. I'm the Vice President of Digital Trust at DigiCert, and I'm excited to be talking today about security predictions for 2024. In 2024, executives around the globe will become laser focused on getting a firm understanding of their crypto assets. As post-quantum crypto becomes more of a reality, and with the coming algorithms to be released by NIST in the early parts of the year, executives will make sure they understand what crypto inventory they have and have a path to being ready for the post-quantum world. In 2024, we will see IoT security driving real-world use cases for IoT. Recently, we have seen an adoption of industry standards and regulation that are driving manufacturers of IoT devices to employ better security practices like strong authentication, identity, and securing the software supply chain. We believe we will continue to see adoption of good security practices in these industries, particularly healthcare, the smart home, and electric vehicle charging. We also believe we will see other industries adopt similar practices, which will increase the security of IoT devices around the globe. Verified mark certificates have been around for quite some time, establishing trust for large enterprises with trademarks in their email. In 2024, we will see a new email certificate known as the MARC certificate that will allow small to medium-sized businesses and nonprofits to establish the same level of trust with their email. Mark certificates will allow their company logo to show up in popular email platforms like Gmail, establishing trust with consumers that are using them. With the conclusion of the pilot that will end in early part of 24, we believe we will see rapid adoption and growth in this area.
Hey everyone, my name is Andre and I'm the CEO of Jetic, where we've been pioneering a cloud-native iPaaS solution for specialized industries. Today, I'm happy to share my predictions as we go into 2024 for the iPaaS market. When we look at the industry, we can see a big shift in technology, and that is about the widespread adoption of cloud-native, open source, and low-code approaches. And that directly addresses two major pain points our clients are facing, and that is complexity and scalability. Let's talk cloud native and open source first. It's about leveraging the progress the software engineering industry made in the past. Think of Kubernetes, DevOps, GitOps, and bring this into the world of integration. Think of a pre-built tech stack that helps your organization build more robust and more scalable and stable integrations in less time with less resources. So cloud native will enable you to focus on business implementation first, while the framework automatically delivers a resource efficient and scalable solution. As for the scalability aspect, we see low code growing tremendously. Companies are realizing that hand coding their entire integration platform is pretty much outdated. It's slow, it's error prone, and it requires highly trained engineers at every level of detail. So the development life cycles are too long and too cost intensive. And going into 2024, this is not something the average business unit can afford anymore. And that's where low code comes into play and essentially handles the majority of use cases for you right out of the box, and it generates highly standardized, highly quality code. So that will enable your citizen integrators or even business analysts to help you with more complex integration matters. And simply speaking, it makes your expert team more efficient and tremendously lowers the burden for citizen developers that don't do integration on a daily basis. So going into 2024, low code, cloud native, and open source is what we see growing tremendously.